How to buy a foreclosure or a distressed property. If you buy a property that's distressed or a foreclosure, you're probably going to get a better price on it. So it's good to find a distressed property. But I found out that there are certain types of properties that you don't want to buy. And you have to be very careful when you're buying a distressed property. You never want to work on a property before you have title in your name. A friend of mine, we started working on the units because we knew that it would be easier to qualify for a loan if the property was in better condition. So we worked on the units and we rented them out, and then lo and behold, then the seller doesn't want to sell the property. Then they want more money, and then they ended up giving us money for the parts, but nothing for our labor. And so that was a big letdown. So you never want to work on a property before you have title in your name. Another thing is that you always want to get title insurance. One time I didn't get title insurance, and the seller didn't pay off the secondary mortgage, and I ended up getting foreclosed on. So you always want to get title insurance. And you don't want to buy a property that is 100% vacant because it attracts the city. The city will come out and cite you. In fact, if the property is 100% vacant, the city will know that they can just remove your meters and force you to do repairs before they give you back your meters. So they will prevent you from renting the units. And so this is a hard situation to be in. And so you never want to buy a property that's 100% vacant. If you buy a foreclosed home and it's boarded up, you have to see if the electric meter and the gas meter is there. Even if it is there, the day after you buy the foreclosure, the city could come out and say, well, we didn't want to fight the bank because we know they have a slew of lawyers, but we'll take on anybody. We're going to do the city a favor, and we're going to cite that new owner. And you're going to have, I remember it costing me $28,000 in repairs the first time this happened to me in just a single family home. And I could have done the repairs in 1/5 the cost, but the city came out and they thought that they would really help the city by citing me. So you want to also avoid properties without meters. If they don't have the meters, just simply avoid them. And don't give money to the seller. The same thing as working on a property before you have title in your name. Don't give money to the seller, because then the seller will balk and he'll want more money for the property, and you might end up having to just leave the money with the seller and abandoning the property. So you never want to give money to the seller. You always go through an escrow. And don't work on the property before you have a clean title with title insurance on the property. You want to buy properties that have some vacant units because they are cheaper. Let's suppose you're buying a fourplex. If one of the units is rented, the city knows that they cannot remove the gas and electric meters because there's a tenant there, and so they're not willing to come out and do that. And so that when you buy the unit, you can when you buy the units, you can quickly work on them. Also, the person that's there, that's renting one of the units, they can tell you the history of the property, and you can know if the electricity works, the gas works, or if the gas doesn't work in some of the units, or the electricity. They can tell you all about those things, and you have a better idea of the property before you buy it. And you can also you can pay somebody to do a professional inspection, and that will reveal a lot of the details about the property. And you want to buy properties that need cosmetic repairs, not construction. Don't buy a property that had a fire and the city's going to require an engineer to come out and a lot of permits to get that property rented. What you want to do is you want to buy a property that needs, the carpets are dirty or need replacing, the linoleum needs replacing, it might have broken windows or doorknobs, it might need paint. The lawn might be burned, it might need a new lawn. Things that are very cosmetic that you can just put a little elbow grease and a little money. And properties that need some electrical fixtures, plumbing fixtures, broken doors, windows, paint. Usually I'll buy those, and with a couple $1,000s I'll rent the unit. So buy properties that need cosmetic repairs, not construction. And I hope that was of benefit. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.